Within the pages of American Mother, it's this mother, Diane Foley, whose voice bursts from the page.
I really wanted to do a book so that people might understand what we went through and the challenge our country faces.
The story begins in 2012. Foley's oldest son, James, nicknamed Jim, heads off to Syria as a freelance journalist to cover the ongoing civil war there. He is kidnapped, held, and tortured for 2 years by several British members of ISIS, who later beheaded Jim on camera. This is how Diane Foley found out what happened to him.
I looked at Twitter and there was the horrific image of Jim's head on his back. I mean, it was just shocking.
The shock of the cruelty spread across the nation and world. Eventually, Jim's killers were tracked down, one killed by a U.S. drone strike, the other 2 captured by Kurdish militia forces in northern Syria, taken into custody and extradited to the U.S. for trial. One of them was this man, Alexander Cody.
Why did you decide to go meet with him?
Alexander chose to plead guilty to all 8 counts, pleaded guilty to everything, and he offered to meet with victims. And I knew Jim would have met him and wanted to hear his side of the story.
Over the course of 3 meetings, Foley met with her son's killer inside a windowless room in a Virginia courtroom.
What was that like?
It was awkward. It was awkward for him and for me. But in time, it was kind of odd. The rest of the people kind of melted away. And then we were able to hear each other.
Did he apologize?
Well, he expressed remorse. He apologized for the suffering I had undergone and our family. He really didn't apologize for what he did to Jim. He saw that as separate and kind of part of their war, their vendetta against the West. But he wrote me several letters after that, and they all were filled with similar remorse. So there was a part of it, Maya, that was, I think, healing on both sides.
One of those letters he wrote to Foley is reproduced in the book, careful looping script from the person who took so much from her.
How difficult was it to go into that room and confront him?
It wasn't easy at all, but I just knew Jim would have done the same thing. And so Jim, right along since he was killed, has challenged me to try to be a better person, a bigger person. With God's help and Colum's generous offer to accompany me, I was able to go.
Colum is the book's co-author, Colum McCann.
And it was one of the most extraordinary moments of my life.
He accompanied Foley during the courthouse conversations with Cody.
She's extraordinary, but she's also ordinary. Diane is a nurse practitioner. She lived in a suburban house in New Hampshire. Her son went away and her son didn't come back, but she decided out of all of that, she would change the way that other sons and daughters would come back. That to me is a powerful, powerful story.
And it's the divides that Foley says she wants to bridge. One of the reasons she's telling her story, Jim's story, in full now.
What do you hope people take away after they read this book?
I hope we inspire people. These are kind of dark times in some ways, right? And I think Jim's horrific murder was kind of just a symbol of that hatred and looming hatred. So we really need to start building those bridges again before it's too late.
Something Foley herself is trying to do by turning one page at a time. Maya Rodriguez, Scripps News, New York.